Hello, my name is Ejiro, but you can call me. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about when I was younger in the 2010s, I like most experienced some envy towards rich teens, aka the children of celebrities who had access to the seemingly unlimited bank of mommy and daddy. Now, I never really went as far as hoping that God would smite my parents and replace them for celebrities, but I often wondered how deliciously spontaneous and extravagant, and I got it, such a lifestyle could be. Fast forward a few years, and placing the microscope on the first daughter of Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, Northwest. That's not a confusing name at all. I have to say that I no longer feel such strong feelings for the following reasons. Kim's dedication to simply not wanting to look like a human being. Like, what the hell was that Met Gala look? I don't even think waists were that small when corsets were all the rage in Europe. It's like their family motto is not to look real. Chloe's always editing herself to the gods. She was really running at hyperspeed trying to get rid of that infamous, unedited, unauthorized photo of herself. Now, Chloe, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. We don't know what you look like anymore. She's the woman of many faces. She's her, she's her, she's her. Find out which Chloe is the real Chloe next time in Dragon Ball Z. Courtney's always in one corner cleansing herself, detoxing, douching, and pooshing. Kendall is doing whatever Kendall does. I'm sorry, that's just lazy writing on my part. I didn't really bother to research Kendall. But Kylie, the false billionaire. Kylie is the result of your parents either not thinking that being exposed very early to an adult celebrity world of the very superficial, beauty, and money obsessed will not have negative effects on you, or they simply didn't care about the side effects. Kylie would not be who she is today without then Bruce, now Caitlyn Jenner, because for some reason a lot of people like to pretend that Kylie didn't have a whole father present while she was transforming in her low self-esteem. And if I just get enough injections and body alterations, I finally think I'm good enough cocoon. Because Caitlyn was still her father and didn't do anything to stop that creation from happening. Kylie would also not be who she is today without the heavy as the head that wears the crown, momager herself, key holder of the Kardashian clan. Give it up for the matriarch, Kris, Mother Effie Jenner. Put some respect on that woman's name. She is simply just trying to make a bag off every family member. It's called girl bossing. A nose job, fillers, and other bodily alterations were performed on Kylie before she even turned 18, while under the parental care of Kris and then Bruce, now Caitlyn Jenner. Like some of us will probably have unhealthy relationships with our bodies and have low self-esteem from comparing ourselves to what we see on the internet, but North actually sees these people and interacts with them in real life. I just think it's very obvious that the women in North's life appear to very much be on the life is plastic and fantastic vibe. And I don't care how many love yourself stickers and IG captions you want to sprinkle on this hot mess. I don't really know how a young girl is supposed to develop self-esteem and slightly negative body issues, because let's be honest, nowadays I think that's the best a young girl can hope to achieve. When her mother and her aunts and even her grandmother, the dominant figures of womanhood in her life, are always dabbling in body alterations, take frequent trips to the friendly neighborhood Botox and filler office, don't eat a healthy amount of food, edit their photos and videos to the gods. They did all of this while they were still already revered as the beauty standard. We already saw how Kylie turned out. Do you really think that North is likely to not follow in the footsteps of her predecessors after growing up around a family of women who never really embraced any natural body changes that happened to them as they grew older? They never frolicked in the woods and ate all the ice cream they wanted. Instead, they wore waist trainers and promoted appetite-suppressing tea. Now, this doesn't really have anything to do with womanhood, but just because this was absolutely groundbreaking when it joined internet history, I generally, for whatever reason, thought that Kim would at least be a great mom. But then the whole Lion King incident happened. Now, because you clearly live under a rock or you're at least 60 years old, so you don't know what the Lion King Northwest incident is. In May of 2024, North debuted a very stellar performance, which to me had Chris and Kim's handprints written all over it. She graced us with her celebrity presence and sung her heart out for the first time in front of a live audience. The audience, which was the Hollywood Bowl. The Hollywood Bowl. Her first professional performance was in a multi-million-dollar production. Personally, I think this was Kim's opening act in following in the footsteps of Kris Jenner and becoming momager 2.0. I think North actually trusted in her mother, just like most of us did when we were younger. We thought that mommy and daddy knew best. I think that Kim had somehow convinced her that this was going to be fine. That even though she was not vocally trained, at all, that this was not going to be anywhere as bad as it truly was. Maybe it's because a few years ago she did the "What are those? Those are clothes." That very interesting performance at one of Kanye's shows. But back then she was adorable. She became a meme, but a cute one. But she's older than 10. And in Hollywood years, that's basically an adult. So she and Kim were brutally drugged across the internet, to no one's surprise. I don't know what this performance was for, because the adult Kardashians are nowhere unfamiliar with embarrassing themselves for clout and money. But I did not think that Kim would stoop so low to make her daughter a laughingstock for the entire world to see, forever engraved into North's digital footprint. Kanye. Say his name 3 times and he may appear. Boo! Where should I start? The corn addiction, his clear obsessive need to control what his woman wears, the actual assault allegations from his former employees, his very offensive displays and proclamations against the African American community, this very infamous video where he displayed multiple fake nude doubles of real people, half I'm sure he did not bother to ask for their consent. Kanye's school. There's a lot to say when it comes to Kanye, but for this video, I'm just going to focus on things that I think would affect how he would raise his children, specifically his first daughter, Northwest. Lauren Pisciata. I'm only going to say her last name once because I don't want to butcher it more times. She is a former employee of Yeezy who has accused Kanye of allegedly sending her actual memes, photos of nude models, videos of women performing oral X on Kanye, and videos of other actual encounters. She allegedly found herself at the end of multiple sexually explicit text messages that discussed everything from West's elaborate actual fantasies, many of them involving her or other Yeezy employees, to the peen size of her boyfriends. She also claimed that West would touch himself while on the phone with her and says that at one point he locked her in his bedroom while on a private jet and touched himself in front of her until he fell asleep. Former members of staff have also accused him of showing explicit photos and videos of his then wife, Kim Kardashian, during meetings. Kanye allegedly propositioned Lauren for an actual relationship multiple times, and she always denied his advances. Oh, and if you didn't know already, Kanye's current wife, Bianca, yeah, she also worked at Yeezy. Again, Kanye plus women equals no boundaries. West allegedly showed Lauren a screenshot of his text conversation with Bianca, where he had written to Bianca, "I want to hunch on your mom before she leaves." Allegedly. Kanye also allegedly drugged and raped Lauren while they were at a party business affair setting, as these CEO business deviants tend to host. Some time later, Kanye referred to the same night and said that they kinda slept together. An actual encounter which Lauren does not recall happening at all, allegedly. I mean, what is it, the brains? I'm just kidding. Horrible joke though. It's clearly the fact that Kanye does not respect a single woman besides his mama. And if you still aren't convinced that Kanye has been dropping the ball massively when it comes to being a role model for his children, Kanye does not respect a single woman besides his mother, but he sure likes control on them. Do you remember when Kanye and Kim were having their public divorce battle, and Kanye was on his higher than thou Christian BS, saying that Kim just dresses too provocatively? And, he still found the time for one of America's favorite pastimes, shitting on the person that your ex is currently dating. Pete Davidson, you truly have my support to continue being on whatever you're currently on after surviving a love triangle with Kanye West. Anyway, I refer to Kanye shaming Kim the mom as Christian BS because this was the literal cover he chose for the Life of Pablo album when Kim was already the mom of two of his children. After providing his very unwanted misogynistic opinions about Kim dressing too provocatively, he went on to dress his wife Bianca like this. And yes, I mean, he dressed his wife because he dresses the women in his life. But I'm getting ahead of myself. You see, the problem was never that Kim likes to show some skin. No. The problem at hand then and now is that he doesn't get a say on how much skin Kim gets to show anymore. In Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim adorably said how Kanye would go to great lengths to handpick her outfits himself throughout their marriage. And for some reason, while I watched these episodes when I was a teenager, yes, I watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians, crucify me. For some reason, I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. Kim's trying to make her way in the fashion industry. And there's Kanye being Kanye. He has no problem being disrespectful to designers and stylists, telling them that he does a way better job in styling clothes than the people who actually make a living solely off of styling outfits. Oh, he's so rich and generous and caring. I don't know if you remember this episode in 2012. I mean, I wasn't watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians in 2012. I was 10. But the episode aired in 2012. And Kanye is seen literally telling her that her entire wardrobe is trash, telling her to throw some to most of her clothes away. And back then, people reacted like, oh, he's so rich and generous and caring. Then there was yet another episode where Kim was with her sisters. I think this was around the time of Kim getting robbed in Paris. It was around that time in the Keeping Up the Kardashian timeline. During one of the many Fashion Week thingies, Kanye had seen the pictures that the paparazzi had taken of Kim, and he was so displeased by what he had seen her wearing, her horrible fashion choices, that he flew out just to put together an outfit for her. And after putting together some outfits, he flew right back to wherever the hell he was. Aw, he's so rich and generous and caring. This was the first outfit post-divorce that Kim wore without consulting Kanye. And after seeing her outfit online, Kanye, like the controlling narcissist abuser, allegedly, that he is, told her that her career is over and that she looked like Marge Simpson. Kim said that Kanye's love language is dressing his woman up, telling his woman how she should do her makeup, her hair, being in charge of the process from head to toe, taking care of all the tiny little details. I say that's his undiagnosed narcissistic tendencies. The most noticeable relationship Kanye had when Kim and him were separating was with Julia Fox. This Fox right here. In Julia's memoir, Down the Drain, she said that she started dating Kanye in 2022 while he was still publicly trying to rekindle things with his ex-wife. They eventually parted ways after Kanye continued to plead for Kim to come back in a series of disturbing, now deleted social media posts. Julia, who at first was gushing at the fact that Kanye would surprise her with an entire closet on their second date. Now looking back, Julia's like, yeah, I was his puppet. He was legit trying to control everything I wore when we were seen together in public. Apparently there's even a time where they were at like a cafe or a restaurant, and he told Julia to meet one of his assistants at the bathroom, and his assistant like put her in a completely different outfit because the outfit she was wearing wasn't good enough to be seen with Kanye the genius in public. She also says that he offered to pay for her boob job that he also suggested she get. Aw, he's so rich and generous and caring. Julia says he wasn't spontaneous and romantic. He was simply very, very controlling. Now, if you still need a little more evidence to show that Kanye definitely exerts control over the women in his life, look no further than Kanye's current wife, Bianca. Apparently, Kanye's high expectations is what is causing the rift in him and Bianca's marriage. I can imagine he has high expectations for Bianca. You know, most abusive narcissists expect quite a lot from their victims. To me, Bianca is nothing but a clear blank canvas for him to portray his wants, delusions, fantasies, and desires on. Primarily focusing on the issues that I think will seep into how North will be raised by both parents, and how she'll grow up and enter into adulthood. To summarize, it's either a mother who, with the help of your aunts and your grandmother, will brutally cut away at your self-esteem, or a father who has absolutely no respect for your gender and sees your gender as a toy that he can control, build up, tear down, dress up, actually harass, and sleep with whenever he pleases. Allegedly.
Cass, that's like really bad.
To end this video, I sincerely and genuinely hope that a couple years from now we can genuinely laugh about this and be like, wow, that was a close one. She could have definitely gone this way, but she ended up decently mentally stable and alright and having high self-esteem. Yeah, if you watched this video, thank you. Now, I will not ask you to subscribe, like, or comment. You will like, subscribe, and comment if you want to. But if the spirit moves you, or if my witchcraft just happens to work, thank you for staying, and I hope to see you again. Bye!